I'm just going to be showing you a very simple way of how you create a website using WordPress. Okay. Now, probably some of you guys have never. How many people have ever created a website? Anyone? Is there anyone who is in this particular session and you've ever like created a website? Yeah. Is there anyone who's ever created like a website or something? Yeah. If you have ever created a website, okay, I can see quite a number of guys are saying that they have created websites before. Yeah. Hebu kidogo ninyoroshe, kuna jamaa fulani nimeona hapa wa Forex. Let me first nyorosha this guy who wa Forex. Let me remove him from the call. These guys were Forex. They always think that they can always come and let me remove that guy. Yeah, I've removed him. I'm not someone who likes Forex trading anyway. Me, I'm not. I don't hate it. Some guys think I hate Forex trading. I don't. It's only that sometimes I don't agree with some of the ways that people actually market it as a very quick solution for you to actually get to make money. For me, I believe there are better ways for you to make money as compared to always chanting and ranting about Forex. Yes. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's session. As I told you earlier, I'll be creating a website for, I'm going to be working on a website for a client. Will I call a client her client really? Or okay, we work together basically. She's a digital marketing strategist. So what happened is that I saw her portfolio. This is her portfolio. Now, let me introduce you to something, ladies and gentlemen. I think most people don't understand the meaning of a portfolio. Now, if you look at this particular page that you're seeing over here, this is what we refer to as a portfolio. Now, a portfolio is very, very simple. It has details about what you do as a person. Now, for her, she happens to be a digital marketer. So she went ahead and reserved a domain name. Now, if you're new to web design, or you've never heard of something like a web design, as a domain name is basically the name of your website. A brief example is like, for example, if you went online and searched for Elvis W, and you opened this particular first link over here, okay? Now this is what we refer to as the domain name, elvisw.online, okay? That is the domain name, okay? Now the domain name is now, for you to actually be able to create your website, you need to store it somewhere. And that is where we talk about website hosting and domain registration, okay? Domain name, the name of your website. Like you look at this particular link, this is a domain name. That is basically the name of my website. And if you scroll down, you're going to find quite a number of things about me. I have shared all the various things I actually get to do. And all these are actually contained in a very, very simple website, okay? Now you might be wondering, how do you actually get to create a website? Now I'm actually going to be demonstrating to you how to create a website live. And, oh wow, quite a number. I didn't expect that we would have so many people. We have 222 guys on Google Meet and 167 on TikTok. It's amazing. That's around like 380. Good. So, I want you to look at this. So this is Hilda's portfolio. If you look at this is a digital marketer, and a portfolio basically showcases what you do as a person. Like if you're a photographer, watu watakangi kelele mingi. You know, if a client wants to work with you, there are guys who think that kelele mingi is what actually gets you noticed. No, it is the work that you do, okay? Now, bala ya kushinda ukienda kuimbia client ukimwambia, unajua natengenezanga ma website, unajua mimi nakuwa digital marketer. Wacha nikuambie mimi ni mnoma. No. They don't like a lot of talk. Most guys think that the more you chant and the more you rant, the client is going to trust you. No, send proof. Watu hapendi kelele mingi. You right? Now that is where we talk about having a portfolio. Now the funny thing is, most guys complain. Someone is going to complain and say, unasema nini na hakuna kazi, mimi nimeiva, all these things. But you don't have a portfolio. A portfolio is a very, very simple document that showcases what you do as a person, period. If you are a photographer, the thing that you need to understand is this, okay? Like for people to actually come and work with you, they need to see a portfolio. A portfolio is going to basically have all the details about everything you do as a person. Now, if you look at this is Hilda's portfolio. It showcases some of the things that she's done over here. So what I do is that I currently work with her with my business called Terra Creations. And she just helps in digital marketing, basically. So if you look at this is a very simple portfolio showcasing what she does as a person, okay? Now, here's the thing. How about what if we wanted to create it like a full website now? Now, she reserved a domain. This is a domain name, hildamarketing.co.ke. That is the domain name itself. And that is where we begin the process of creating our website. Now, she's hosted her website in a hosting company. How many people have ever heard of a hosting company? Ama umezoea tu kuhostiwa. You know, someone might be thinking, hey, hosting, I think inakaa familiar. Ina sound familiar. Ama ni hosting ya kukuja unakaa kwa nyumba yangu for a few days. No. There is hosting itself, all right? Now, hosting is basically where you go and buy storage for your particular website. Now, apparently for me, the only website hosting company I tend to believe, and let me say are credible for some time now, is Host Pinnacle. Actually, for those guys who are going to be part of our web design classes, I'm trying, I don't know, I haven't really talked to Host Pinnacle yet, but I would like for you guys to actually be able to create live websites with live domains. Yeah? It's going to help you just understand the process of creating a website fast. So, this particular session, I just want to say that I'm actually going to be very fast. Yes, Hostinger. Someone mentioned it over here. I actually used Hostinger a lot. Now, Hostinger happens to be a global company. It's also a very good website hosting company. I use it. Actually, I've hosted one of my websites over here. It's a very good hosting company. Yeah. These are also, but you have a price to pay. Yeah. So, that's basically what we talk about, hosting and domain names. Now, you might be wondering, what is this? When it comes to creating a website, you can either decide to code your website. Do you have any programmers over here? Najua munaona hii WordPress munasikia kukua wenda wazimu because of the technical stuff that you probably know. Most developers don't like WordPress. They look at it and think like it's baby stuff. They need technical stuff. I agree with you. I forgive you for that. I think it's okay for you to maintain a level of like technicality. It's still very, very okay. So this is the WordPress dashboard. And if you look at the WordPress dashboard itself, the WordPress dashboard allows you to be able to actually manage a number of things about your website. Now, WordPress is what we refer to as a content management system. All right. Now, a content management system basically just means that you don't need to learn how to code or to basically write HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You don't need to understand how to write all that particular code when it comes to you creating a website. Now, with a content management system, you are able to craft a website from start to end, okay? We have other various types of content management systems. We have Webflow, we have Wix, we have Joomla. There are so many. Now, WordPress happens to be the most powerful, powering around 43% of websites globally. And it happens that it can actually be a very good opportunity for you to just get to understand WordPress. So in this particular session, I'm going to be showing you the workflow behind me creating a website for a client or even my own website, okay? So if you look at this is the WordPress dashboard, okay? This is a dashboard where you see everything, okay? And then we have something over here written posts. Now, posts is where, like, for example, you come and add blogs, okay? And remember, you can always trash them. So if you're like someone who likes to write blogs, it's easy for you to write blogs over here. Now, blogs have categories. Like, for example, if you're in health and fitness, you can have your blogs with various categories. Then over here, we have media. All right. Media is where you store all the various files that you have for your website. Okay. Like if you have images, if you have PDFs, if you have everything is stored over here. Then we have pages. Now, pages is where you store all the various pages that you're going to be having in your website. Now, pages might include something like about, services, digital marketing, contact, blog. These is where you have all your pages. The next part is what we refer to as comments. Now, comments, like for example, if you write a blog and someone comments in one of your blogs, it's very, very easy for you to actually get to come and see comments over here. That is where you're able to manage comments. We have something we refer to as appearance. Now, in WordPress, when you're creating a website, all right, when you're creating a website, it's easy for you to actually just to be able to customize your website by just using themes and plugins, okay? Now, you might be wondering, what is a theme? A theme itself is basically what gives your WordPress website an appearance, okay? Or basically it gives your website a certain kind of a look. And then we have plugins. Now, plugins add functionality into your website. Plugins add functionality into your website. Like, for example, if you wanted your website to actually have something like e-commerce functionality, you will install a plugin called WooCommerce. Like, if you wanted to make your website have something like, like, for example, you wanted to add a WhatsApp chat button in your website, you can easily use plugins for that. Okay. Now, down here we have something we refer to as users. Now, users are all the various people who actually get to interact with your website. Now, users can be admins, you can have editors, you can have authors, you can have SEO editors, you can have shop managers. You can also have users or subscribers. Subscribers are probably people who are checking content in your website, people who are buying products from your website, so many things. And then down here we have something we refer to as tools. All these are the available tools that you can actually get to use when it comes to you creating your website. For the guys who like to code and something, you can always come and check a few things about your website over here. Now, WordPress is purely under PHP, so if you like to do the custom kind of things, you can always come over here. Then we have something over here we refer to as settings. Now, settings just allow you to customize a number of things when it comes to you creating your website. Okay, when you're creating your website, it's important for you to get to understand that you just don't create a website for it to exist. You need to create a website for it to be visible. And that is where we talk about search engine optimization. Those are some of the things that you're going to be talking about starting Monday, when we are actually going to be starting this. There's a guy over here who is selling Nini. You guys who are, I'm sorry, but Brian Paul, I'll have to throw you out of the session. Then unakuja kuuzia watu plugins and ninis over here. Let me take you off the call. Let me take you off the call. Ili kublock kidogo. I'm sorry, but usiuzie watu. Sometimes it's not good really and you know, probably you might go ahead and scam people, and I don't want that. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I have to kick you out. Pole. Okay, now this is where we talk about settings. Settings can include, for example, the site title. Like, this is where you set the title of your website. The tagline, like for example, if you have a tagline, you can say something like leading digital marketing expert. Okay. Then this one is where you have the website URL, WordPress URL over here. You also have the site address URL. It's normally here over here. You can change your email address. Like if you want to use a certain email address, you can actually come and change it over here. Now, if anyone creates an account in your website, they become a subscriber. All right, they become a subscriber. You can also change your time zone. You can even change your language over here. If you understand all these particular languages, I mean, there are so many languages that you can use over here. Okay, I mean, so many, quite a number actually. You can use Kiswahili. Kama unataka kutumia Kiswahili, it's easy for you to change your language to Kiswahili. So if you click on save changes, it's easy. I think it's supposed to change automatically here. Now, as you can see, it has changed everything to Kiswahili. Kama wewe ni Mswahili, unaweza angalia vitu kama kichwa cha tovuti, tagi mstari. Najua Wakenya wengi, you can't even remember some of the things you covered in Kiswahili mufti. Wewe tangu maliza insha na composition ulishasahau everything. Acha nikufundishe vitu wanachama. Okay? Let me teach you some few things. Time zone inaitangwa muda zoni. Kiambia Mkenya atakwambia time zone. Muundo wa tarehe, date format. That is what it means. Miundo miduchu. Yeah? You see, it's easy. Like for example, if you're from Tanzania, you don't have to really worry when it comes to creating a website. Probably kuna mtu ajui Monday ni Jumatatu. And then we have Jumanne, Jumatano, Alhamisi, Ijumaa, Jumamosi, Jumapili. Wewe ukiulizwa kesho ni siku gani unasema Sunday. Ukiambiwa useme na Kiswahili unasema si ni Sunday. You get me? So you can change your language over here. You can easily come over here, change your language. If you speak French, if you hifadhi mabadiliko. You see, it's easy for you to actually do something like that. That is basically your WordPress dashboard, okay? Now remember, if you'd like to be part of our web design classes, there's a link that you'll be circulating around. This particular link, I think Susan should be attaching it in the chat section of this particular session. It's going to allow you to enroll and be part of the classes. So let me just move on. Ladies and gentlemen, we are creating a live website. And the first thing that happens is that you need to plan, okay? You just don't start creating a website without any plan. Now, good thing is that in our classes that we're going to be having, we're going to be using AI tools. Now, there's an AI productivity tool called Notion, okay? So like if you're working on a website for a client, you can come and create a new page. You can say the name of the client, Hilda Marketing website. Kwani nashenyenta Hilda Marketing website. Okay. And then this is just like a new page in Notion. I think probably most of you guys who've been part of my classes have realized that I really sensitize on the use of Notion. So we can use AI functionality that is attached with Notion. Like for example, we can say something like this. I can come and say, I hit spacebar and I can say, I need help in creating a WordPress website. I would like to have a workflow for the creation of Hilda Marketing website. So we just hit enter. It's easily going to generate a step procedure of everything that you're going to be doing. Like you can see, setup and installation. It's going to tell you to install WordPress, design, implementation. There's so many things that it's going to actually share with you. Okay. Like if you look at this, it helps you plan your website. Okay. This is what we refer to as a workflow. If you look at this, it's been able to tell you all these are the things that you're going to be doing. Now, you can see over here, content creation, homepage, about us, services, contact. Okay. Now, apparently, you can also get to use ChatGPT. I think everyone needs to understand how to use ChatGPT. Like I can come over here in a new chat. I can say, I can say something like that. Let me just hide some of this. I am creating a new website for a client. The name of the client, put in the name. Okay. Then we can come and say something like this. I am using WordPress to create the website. I have already reserved the domain name and installed WordPress. You can say, I need a step-by-step procedure on what I need to do to create the website. I also need a sitemap. A sitemap might be various pages of the website, or we can say I also need at least 7 pages of the website. I can now come and input in, here is some information shared by the client. She had sent us a link over here. So I can come and copy all this. Copy all this, copy all this. Don't worry, copy all that. I can come and copy all that. Just all that particular data. And then I can just click over here and click on share. All right. So after writing all that down, it's easy for you to get to see like the step-by-step website creation process, initial setup, access your WordPress, you log in, you go to appearance and you can actually select a theme. Like it's going to put everything down that you need to do. Like if you look at all these particular things, all these are various steps that can actually help you when it comes to you creating a website. Now, apparently, how many guys, I'm recording this particular session. So even after this session, you will access the recorded version, which is lifetime available. There's a tool called, a project management tool called ClickUp. How many guys have ever heard of a tool called ClickUp? I want to show you how you can be working when you're dealing with clients. It's good for you to work efficiently, effectively, and, work smart. Now, this is ClickUp. Now, like I normally have various, I don't know, what's the name of this? You have the ability to actually get to create various spaces. Now, like I normally have spaces, like for example, if I have my own personal stuff over here, where I have like, for example, social media post ideas, I normally have all of them over here on ClickUp. Like you can easily see that it's easy for me to manage. Like it allows me to stay responsible when it comes to my social media profiles. So when I complete something, I'm able to check it off. You get me? Yeah. And who is leaving a million times? There's several participants. Who is? It's not someone called several participants. Ama kuna mtu anaitwa several participants on the Google session. Someone is telling me to block this person called several participants. No. It's people who are joining and leaving. Okay. So you don't worry. So this is ClickUp. Now I normally have a tab over here called Web Design. Now in the Web Design tab, this is where I manage all my client projects. Like for example, if I have like this one client over here, it's easy for me to actually get to manage like everything about what I'll be doing for them. Like for example, I can have blog ideas for the client. Okay. So if you look at these particular blog ideas, they allow me to like be able to do fresh things. Like for example, I have like some fresh blog ideas over here. Like you can see, you can actually get to scroll down over here. Now I'll come and create like a new folder inside. I'll create a new folder and I'll name it Hilda Marketing Website. And then I'll just click on create. So it's a new folder under my list of web design clients. I don't need this particular list, so I can actually just delete it. I don't need to have it. Now this is ClickUp. Now inside ClickUp, I can create a new document. Now this first document can be something like this. I can name it Website Workflow. That is the first document. And then since I generated something with ChatGPT, as you can see, I have been able to generate website structure and pages based on clients' information. If you can see, all these are this is all information that has been generated by ChatGPT. So I can easily then come step-by-step website creation process. I can come and copy all of this. All right. I copy all that. And then I come to ClickUp. That is the website workflow. Okay. Like if you look at that, this is the website workflow. Now, since creating a website is going to take a little bit of time, okay, I can do something for you very, very simply. I want to introduce you to various AI tools. In this particular session, I'll introduce you to an AI tool called Relume. Okay. How many people have heard of a website called Relume? How many people have heard of a website called Relume? Relume is a website that allows you to generate like a design of a website very easily, and you can actually customize it using WordPress. Now, here is the workflow itself. I need to install plugins. So I can select all these and change them to a to-do list or a checklist. So once I install these plugins, it's actually going to be done. Once I install a theme, like I can come over here, select this, make it a checklist. So if I come to the backend, let me just come to the backend over here. Where is the backend? Over here. And then I click on appearance and then I select themes. Okay. And then I click on add a new theme. And then probably I can come over here and search something like I can look for what? What can I look for? There's a theme called Bloxy. I like using it when it comes to WordPress. Okay. When you're creating a website using WordPress, you can use a theme called Bloxy. So I'm going to install that particular theme and then activate it. Remember, when you're creating websites with WordPress, you're going to work with two main important things: the themes and the plugins. Themes, they give you appearance. Now plugins give you extra functionality or functionality. Now, the theme I have installed is called Bloxy. After you install the theme, you need to install a companion. Now, a companion is like the boyfriend or the girlfriend of the theme. So for you to customize a number of things of the website, you need to have that plugin. So this is a plugin I've installed. It's called Bloxy. And if you come to your tabs on plugins, it's easy for you to spot that particular plugin. It is here. Now we'll be talking about plugins later on, pole pole. So I can come and say, I have checked that, I have checked that. All right. Now I'm teaching you how to manage your projects. So once this is done, now you can move on to the next step. The next step is installing plugins. Okay. So like I have to install plugin called Elementor, Yoast SEO, WP Forms, Smash, probably WP Rocket. Okay. So I'll come to my backend again, click on plugins, and then I'm going to click on add new plugin. All right. When I click on add new plugin, I can easily come and search for the first plugin is called Elementor. All right. So when I search for that plugin, I'm going to install this plugin. It's called the Elementor Website Builder. Okay. I can also install other plugins that come with it. Like for example, I can also install this one. It's called the Elementor Header and Footer Builder. This is also a good plugin. Like for example, if I want to have WhatsApp, yeah. If I also want to have WhatsApp in my website, I can search for a plugin called Join Chat. All right. I can install this one. Okay. I can then come over here, search for another plugin called WP Forms. Like when I want to create forms in my website. Okay. So I'm going to search for WP Forms and probably install this particular plugin. Okay. So I can install like that plugin. Again, I can also decide that I want to do some Yoast, some SEO in my website. I need a plugin that can help me with SEO, which is called Yoast. Yoast is a very good plugin. Okay, so I'm just going to click on install. Again, at the same time, I can also decide that I probably want to sell like ebooks. There's a plugin called WooCommerce. WooCommerce is a plugin that allows you to probably, WooCommerce. It allows you to sell products, sell goods in your WordPress website. So let me search for WooCommerce and see what we actually get to have. So this is WooCommerce. I can install it very, very easily. Okay. I can probably decide that I want to index my website with Google. Now, indexing a website with Google means that you make your website visible on the Google search engine. There's a plugin called Google Search Console. You install it. Remember, when you're creating a website for a client, you don't want to create a website. You don't want to just create a website. You need to make sure that you create a website that is visible and helpful to the client. Okay? Now, after I have just installed all those particular plugins, the next step is to come and click on installed plugins. All right? And I can check. All these are like these plugins that don't have like this blue highlight. If you look at them, these are plugins I need to activate. So all I need to do is I'm going to click on the inactive plugins. When I click on the inactive plugins, I can easily come, select all of them, click on my drop down over here, and then click on activate. And then I'm going to activate them like that. So it takes just a few minutes for you to activate those specific plugins. Now, once you activate all your plugins, it's also possible for you to select all of them and you enable auto updates so that if in any case there are any new updates on those plugins, you get those updates automatically. Now you go back again to your website. You've installed quite a number of plugins, all of them. You just check all of them. That is done. Now, the next phase, ladies and gentlemen, are we still together? Are we still flowing together? Are we still flowing together? I hope sijawapoteza. You remember, someone is observing the chat section, so you can as well share your comments. Very good. So as you can see, the website, like if you look at all this, we currently have 7 pages that we can create. The 7 pages that we can create is a home page, about me page, and the services page. We have the portfolio or work page. We also have the blog page. We have the contact page. We have the testimonials page. Okay. Now, all these pages are meant to be in that specific website. Okay. So the thing that you need to do is just do some very, very simple customizations. If you go back to your WordPress dashboard and you come at the top over here and you hover, you can visit your site. All right. You can visit your site. Like you can easily get to preview your site. Like as you can see, it's easy for you to preview your site. You can preview your website like that. Now, if you want to customize your website, you just come and click over here. You click on customize. All right. You click on, now the reason I'm actually fast is because, but don't worry, I'm recording the particular session. So this is just like it's a demonstration on how I personally create websites. So it's not like a lesson. I'm just demonstrating how I personally create websites so that you can actually get to understand. Okay. Now I might be fast. I know I might be fast. When it comes to you customizing your website using WordPress, customizing basically means that you change a number of things that are in your website. An example would be changing, the recorded version is going to be available on YouTube. Don't worry, it's going to be available on YouTube. you can always access the recorded version. Take it slow, like for example, I'll make sure you get the recorded version. You don't have to worry. I'll make sure you get the recorded version. So when it comes to you customizing your website, you are able to change a number of things. Like you can come over here and click on general settings, and you can change the layout of your website. Okay, you can come over here, then you click on the buttons and you change the way buttons appear in your website. You can come back, you can set something called breadcrumbs. Okay, right? Then you can easily come over here. There are so many things that you can actually set up. You can even click on set up something we refer to as a scroll to top. Okay, like when you scroll to in a website and you move all the way down and you want to go to the top very fast, there is something we refer to as scroll to top. That's a button that is actually easily available. Then you have something we refer to as customizing your header. Now a header is basically like is what you see. This is what we refer to as a header, as you can see. Okay, I'm going to introduce you to something else, ladies and gentlemen. Who can tell me what this particular software is? Anyone who can tell me this website? Oh, sorry, not this website. Which software this is? Anyone attempt? Anyone who would like to attempt? Anyone? It's Adobe Illustrator. This is a software called Adobe Illustrator. Now, I was able to just craft a very, very simple logo for the website using Adobe Illustrator. Okay? Now, this logo is what we will use for the website. Now, you might be wondering what this H is. I'm going to be showing you what it is. So if I come over here to my website, and then I click on here and change the logo, I can come and select my logo. Now, there is something else I'd like to show you, ladies and gentlemen. If you're someone who likes to stay organized, it's important that, for example, like if you're a graphic and web designer, okay, it is important for you to structure your projects na unapanga vizuri. Yeah, at least usiwe madhogodhanio. There are people who like don't, you know, like if you're working on a website for a specific client, weka vitu, panga vitu vizuri. Yeah, kuna watu when you are in primary school, kuna watu wenye walikuwa na vitabu ziko na dog ears. How many people remember the dog ears? Kitabu inakaa kama iliandikiwa 1945 kuandika constitution, and you're just when in newcomer 2 weeks now your book already has dog ears. How many people remember those things when you were in primary school? So being organized is very, very good. Yeah, being organized is very, very good. Like if you look at this, I normally have a folder for all my web design projects. This is it. So like if you look at all these are my web design clients. Each and every client has a folder. And if you open like this particular website, this folder, sorry, you're going to find everything about the website. Like if you look at this is the main website logo. I need to remove some of these images over here. So I have the website logo. Like if you open these up, you can access the website logo. All right. And then if you go back again, you can access the website images. All these are the images that I'm going to be using for the website as shared. Okay. So if I come and click on the main website logo, it's easy for me to access all the various files that I have for the logo. All right. So if I come over here, I can easily come with WordPress. I can easily come and upload my logo. Let me just upload it. I can easily come, select this, and just drag it and drop it like that. So this is going to be the website logo, and then I'm going to click on select. Okay? And then I don't need the site title, so I'm just going to disable this like that. So that is the website logo. All right? Then, if I just click on back again, I can come and customize a number of things over here. But before I get to that, how many people, when you open a website, how many people can see this certain icon over here? Every website has this icon. How many people can see this icon when you open websites? This icon. Like if you look at this, these are icons that you have. Okay? That is what we refer to as a favicon. Okay? That is what we refer to as a favicon. If I scroll down, let me scroll down and click on site identity. It asks me about the title of the website and the tagline. I can be able to select an icon. Okay, so I happen to have this big H. I can drag it and drop it over there and then click on select. So now if I click on crop image, you realize that it has been added over here. Ladies and gentlemen, are we still together? Are we still together? Then I can come and click on publish. Okay? Now you might be wondering, how do you create a website menu? How do you get to create a website menu? Now, to create a website menu, you can easily just come and click on menus over here, and you create a new menu. Okay? I can come and say, the name of this particular menu is this. And then I'm going to name this menu is going to be the header menu and also the mobile menu. Now, remember, when you're creating a website, there is something we refer to as responsiveness. Responsiveness, all right? Responsiveness is the ability of your website to be visible on all various devices. How many guys can see something down here? Kuna kitu imechorwa hapa. Like you have the icon of a PC, you have the icon of a tablet, you have the icon of a mobile phone. That is where you customize your responsiveness of your website. So I have created a new menu over here, and then I'm going to click on next. Okay? Any website menu normally has a menu is composed of various pages in a website. Okay? So if I come over here, let me just come over here. When it comes to, this is my project. So we have page number 1, the home page, about me, services, portfolio or work, blog, and contact, testimonials or clients. Okay? So I can come over here to the back in my customization tab. I'm going to come and search for add a new page, home, click on add. And then I'm going to say add a new page, about me. You can name it any way you want. Then we can add another page, services, add. Then we can add something else. We can add what? Over here, when it came to planning, we have portfolio or work. This is another page. Add it. Then I'm going to move on again. Blog. I'm going to add this again. And then I'm going to come to contact. I'm adding pages. And then finally, we are going to add this, testimonials or clients. Okay? So I'm going to come over here then and paste that and then click on add. So once I'm done, all these are the various pages in my website. Now, there is something else that you need to understand, ladies and gentlemen. When you're creating your website, it's important for you to understand things like color. Once you, probably when you're done with all this, you can click on publish. When you publish, you just make sure that your changes are visible. So if I come over here and visit my site, I am able to see the progress I'm making so far, which is this. When it comes to you customizing the various features in your website, there is a very, very important thing that we refer to as colors. Now, colors are what, all right? The colors are what you basically get to have, like for example, in your website. So, if I come over here to Elementor, this is Adobe Illustrator, I have two main colors in my website. I don't know if this is maroon, and I think this is black. Probably there are guys who would say that men don't see colors. That's why men are called men are dogs. But I try to see color as much as I can. Okay? I don't understand how dogs don't see color and the way they eat. So how do you mean? But anyway, it's still very okay. This is going to be my first color. When I'm using Adobe Illustrator, I need the color code. Yeah? Now probably this is your first time hearing something like color code. So select this. I can come and copy this. This is the color code. Let me copy it. And then after I copy it, I can come over here, click on color number 1, delete this, and add that as my first color. And then my second color is going to be black. So those are going to be basically the global colors. I can even add another color over here. Like for example, I can paste the same color code that I had over here, but now just use a different shade. Yeah, by dragging this in the by dragging this in the color picker. And then once I'm done, I can just have something like that. I can also customize a number of things over here. I can select the color that is going to be used for the base text. So any text in the website probably needs to be color black. So I can select that or use this particular color like that. And then once I'm done, I just click on publish. All right. Oh, someone is saying it's red. Usijali. Don't worry. As long as you can see color, it's still very okay. Now, if I come back over here, I have a second option called typography. Now, typography is where you set the font of your website. Okay. How many guys, which font do you know? In the chat section, I think you guys need to unmute yourself. I probably need to test, fanya mic test. Unaweza fanya mic test 1, 2. Mic test. Unaweza fanya mic test. Any makelele ya kasongo. Anyway, still okay. Good. At least you've been able to do mic check 1, 2. Good. So, the next thing is typography. Kuna watu labda tu the only font unajua ni Times New Roman na Arial. Yeah? If those are just the only fonts you know, don't worry. There are other various fonts that you can use. There's a website called Google Fonts. There's a website called Google Fonts. I'm going to introduce you to something new today. Now, Google Fonts allows you to access a number of fonts that you can use for your WordPress website. So the font I'm using at the moment, is a font called Poppins. So if you come and search it over here, you're going to find it. Niliona kuna mtu alikuwa na mic test na Poppins mic test, yeah? Yeah, a domain name is roughly 1,500 Kenya shillings to 3,500, depending on the extension. Something like .co.ke ni 500 ama ni 1,500. If you want .ke is like 3,500. .org. It depends on the kind of domain that you want to purchase. So I'm going to be using this font called Poppins. Okay. So if I come over here, I can easily come, select my font and say it's going to be Poppins. So it's easy for me to change the entire font of my website and use like that font. Okay. So this is your header over here, ladies and gentlemen. This is your header. And then down here is your footer. This is your footer. Okay. So if I come and click my main row over here, which is my main header, I can adjust it. Naeza ifanya ikuwe ndogo kidogo hivyo like that. Okay. I can even come over here. Like for example, I can click on this menu item and decide to change the style. Like if I change it to this, you can see when I scroll, there's something that is appearing down here. I can also change it to these other different style. As you can see, there are quite a number of things. So this is the default view of my website on a mobile device. On a laptop, PC, kitu kama hiyo. So if you wanted to see how your website is previewing on a tablet, you just click down here. Sasa unaona vitu zina change. Yeah, vindu vichenjaka. Like you can see. This is what there's something we refer to as a breakpoint. Programmers probably, this is a time programmers are very happy. Munangangana na breakpoint. Yeah. So if I click over here, you can easily be able to now see that some of the things have disappeared, but they have not disappeared. If I click on this part over here, this is what we refer to as a trigger. Now, a trigger is now going to showcase your menu. Okay? This is what we refer to as a trigger. And you can customize it over here. If I click on my trigger like that, I can come and change my trigger style. Okay? I can even go ahead and make it bigger like that. If I click on design, I can easily change the color of my trigger. Okay? So if I click on that, I can decide to change it to this particular red. And when someone hovers, I want it to change to color black. Still very okay. That is a trigger. So if I click on my trigger, you can see the menu is actually getting to appear. But what is this? This black thing is something we refer to as a canvas. Okay? If I come and click on this is what we refer to as an off canvas. If I click over here on my part over here, I can come and click on off canvas. It can be a model, ijae, or we can make it a side panel, ikuje hivi. And then we can click on design and decide to change the panel background. This black color. Kuja, we make it red. Like that. So now you can see that now if I hover on the text, it's becoming more visible. So that is tablet mode. How about mobile mode? So this is mobile mode. Like if you look at it, this is the website in mobile device. So if I click over here, it's easy for me to see all the various pages. And then you just click on publish. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, are we together? Are we together? We can even come and edit the footer. We click on edit. Okay. We click on design over here and we change the background of the row to something like red. Okay. And then we come over here, we click on the copyright text. This copyright text. Okay. And then we click on design. We change the color to white. Like that. Just like that. And you can even change the text. You can even come and click on change the text. Like you can delete this and say Hilda Marketing. Okay. And then you can even decide to align it to the center, align it to the right, align it to the left. Depends on your preference. Okay. Now a few settings that you might remember is you can come over here. You can easily come and scroll down and you can come and set something we refer to as home page settings. If I click on home page settings, when you're creating a website using WordPress, you need to specify which page is going to be the home page. Yeah? The home page ni kama sitting room yako. Kama ujui sitting room ni nini, labda kuna mtu, watu wa single room. Single room yako ndiyo sitting room, ndiyo kitchen, ndiyo shooting studio, ndiyo balcony, ndiyo kila kitu. It is your everything. Usijali. Mungu yuko. Unaweza tengeneza website at least uhamie ukuwe na single room. Ukuwe na sitting room. Unafikiria sitting room ni your plastic chair. I'm not trying to make fun of you, but I'm just trying to make the class lively. So, when it comes to you creating your website using WordPress, you set the home page. The home page is the first page someone actually gets to see when they open your website. Who can tell me? Who can tell me? Like again, let's do a very simple test. Unmute your microphones. Which from all the various pages that we have created over there, which one needs to be the main page when someone opens the website? Kwani yamuongei sana sahi? It's a home page. It's a home page. It's a home page. All right. There's someone, if you have something to say, like if it's a long message, you can actually just share it in the WhatsApp, in the chat section, sorry. So now, you can select, when you click on your homepage displays, it's normally your latest posts. The reason as to why it is your latest posts is because previously, WordPress has always been used as a blogging tool or for blogging functionality. So now you need to set the page that is supposed to be used for the homepage. So if I click on homepage, I'm going to select home. Okay. And then I will come again and click on the posts page. Now the posts page is where you're going to be publishing your blogs. So I'm going to select the blog page. All right. And then I can come back again. If I scroll down and click on pages, I remove the page title. So like for example, if you come to the home page, we don't need to have a title at the top. Ikue clean, very, very clean. Ladies and gentlemen, are we together? Are we together? Hatuko mbali kumaliza. Tomorrow is a Sunday and I have to really get to understand. I really have to understand that education is siku ya Injili. So far, we've been able to craft all that already. So what if we did this? We come to ChatGPT and we say something like this. Generate a home page copy for, all right, or let me say, generate a general copy for the website that has at least 1,000 words. Let's see what ChatGPT can actually get to generate. So it's going to start generating a very, very simple post. Someone is saying, anyone with a legit online job, connect me. Tatafuta nani? Tatafuta na uskamue hii dunia bwana. Yeah? I wish you all the best. So I'm trying to generate a very simple. This is ChatGPT, by the way. This is ChatGPT. This is ChatGPT, and I'm trying to generate a copy. You see how fast you can work. Now, instead of taking a lot of time to probably write all this down, you can actually get to use ChatGPT to probably just generate all this particular content. Okay, so like if you look at this. This is, for example, like I can easily come and copy all this content. Chanisiwaekea namba. Kuna watu mmengojea hivi muone namba mseme mmengojea namba. So I'm going to copy that text. Then I'll come back to my ClickUp. Now ClickUp is for project management. The good thing, let me tell you one thing. Instead of having your stuff like sijui yanga page iko, you need to have all your stuff organized in one particular platform. And ClickUp enables that for you. Okay? You can use ClickUp for that. Like for example, we have already created a page and we've created the page and named it the website workflow. Now inside it we can add a new page. All right? We can add a new page. We can add a new page very easily. And this page is probably going to be called website main copy. This is just a very simple thing. Okay. There is a question that says develop a website with 15 pages. What does it mean? Inamaanisha utengeneza website that has 15 pages. Homepage, about us, services, break down the services, blog, contact, map, all this. That is what they mean by the various pages. ClickUp and Notion are almost the same, but this particular one, this one is much more advanced. Now, I want to show you how you can actually speed up your web design process when it comes to you creating your website. Now, someone was asking this particular platform called Relume. How many people have heard of this particular AI tool called Relume? I'm currently using a free trial, so I am going to create a new project. Okay? If I come and click on new project over here, Relume allows me to describe what I want for my website. Over here, a very simple prompt. I can say, I am creating a website for a digital marketer. Name is Hilda Marketing. Okay? Here is some information for the same. I can paste all that information over there. And then I can say the number of pages I want is 5 to 10. And then I'm going to click on Generate Sitemap. Now, Relume is able to generate an entire sitemap of how your website is actually going to look like. Okay? It is first of all going to generate the sections. Okay? Takes a few seconds to do that for you. Like, it's first going to do the generation of the, so let me click on generate empty pages. It's going to generate information for all the various pages that you have in your website. It has generated content for the about me, services, portfolio, web design, social media management. We had which other page? Like if I come back to the website itself, we had the portfolio or work page. We have the testimonials plus clients. So I can come back again to Relume. I can then add a new page and I can name this page testimonials. Okay? And then I can generate the page very easily like that. So what it does is that it generates the sections in the website itself. I can add a new page again. I can probably name the page something like, how can I name the page itself? Kuna mtu ananiambia nioe, miaka imeenda. Yaani tuko Daru, wewe unafikiria tu nioe. Tuko Daru, unataka nioe. Edward, wewe unataka tu nioe. Though haina noma. I'll do that. That is about me, services, portfolio, testimonials. We can add another different page. We can say digital marketing consultant. Then we click on generate the page itself. Okay? So once you generate this is what we refer to as the sitemap. It is basically information that you can use to generate the various pages in your website. Now I want to show you how you can actually easily and efficiently work as a web designer. If I click on wireframe, acha uone sasa maneno sasa. It is now generating your entire website for you without you having to worry a lot. Angalia. I want you to see. It's generating everything for you. Like if you look at this, it has generated everything for you. Even the copy itself, elevate your brand with Hilda Marketing. It does that all for you very fast. Very, very fast. This is the homepage. Like if you look at this is the homepage itself. This is the homepage. Like if you look at this is the About Me page. I want you to see that. This is the About Me page. You scroll down. It generates everything for you. This is the web design page. This is the social media management page. Like all these is generated for you. Now for probably guys who use Figma, is there anyone over here who is familiar with Figma? What do a Figma? Now it's easy for you. You can also get to, like you can look at this. This is how the website is actually looking like. You can export your design to Figma. All right. And you can change your style guide very easily over here. You can see. All these are things that you can actually get to easily do with Relume. Okay. Now, because we don't have all the time, all right, Relume doesn't create your portfolio. But if you want to create your portfolio, you can go ahead and use a tool called kama wewe ni mtu wa portfolios. There's another AI called Gamma AI. Okay, if you click on Gamma AI, you can easily create a portfolio very, very fast. Okay, it allows you to work with things we refer to as cards. Okay, so like for example, I can come and copy all this. When I copy all that and I come to Gamma AI, I can easily come and create like a new page, and I click on generate, and I can probably generate a web page. Probably has like how many cards? 20 cards. Create a web page, a portfolio web page with probably you have this with this. Well, it's something that you can really do. Like for example, if I click on generate outline, what is going to happen is that it's first going to generate the outline. And remember, this is AI. You're using AI. Like if you look at this is AI. So after it generates the outline, you just click on generate the site now. And it does that for you. So if you don't have a portfolio, you can easily use this particular tool called Gamma AI. And the good thing is that you can always be able to share this as a website link. Like I'm using AI. Welcome to Hilda Marketing, or expertise, social media marketing, web development, data-driven strategies. I mean, it really does that for you. Services overview. And then you can share this as a PDF. You can share it as a slide. All right. No, on Monday, I'll be slow. From Monday, I'll be slow. The reason I'm fast today is because I just want to save some time. Remember, creating a whole website is going to really take some time. So if you look at this, you're able, like you can see, it even generates like a pricing, something that allows you to create like the various prices you charge. Frequently asked questions, what is digital marketing? I mean, it's so easy for you to do that. And if you click on this, by the way, like it's something that you can actually get to use, for example. Yeah, Monday I'll be slow. Don't worry. Monday I'll be very slow. The reason I'm fast today is because I'm trying to explain a concept on how you can create a live website very fast. Okay? So have a look at this. This is something that we have created using AI, and you can come and click on publish. You can publish it and share it like a real link. all right? You can share it as a real link, probably to clients, probably to people who want your services, okay? So let me just go back to this. Let me close this. So that is something else. That is something new I was introducing you to. Very good. So we have this. Like if you look at this, you have the ability to, like, for example, so this is the home page. Now I don't want to take, like, we can even, if I select this, I can come and probably scroll down and I can click on replace component. When I click on replace component, I can use something different. I can use this. I can use this header. I can use this one. I can use this template. Now remember, Relume is paid for, but you don't have to worry. Probably let me go with this. So let me edit it out in my website. Okay. If I come to my pages over here, all these are the various pages that we created in the website. And if you remember, we set the home page as the front page. The front page is the first page that someone, all right, that someone opens up when they, or basically the first page that someone sees when they open your website, okay? So what I'm going to be doing is some very, very simple, fast customization of the home page. So if I come and click on edit the home page, all right, if I click on edit the home page, I can really come and then, so some of the things I can say next, 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 get started. Okay. I change my template. So why am I changing my template? So that I can use the Elementor page builder. That is a plugin that we installed to create the website. So I'm going to select Elementor full width, and then I'm just going to click on save. After I do that, I'm just going to click on edit with Elementor. All right. Now, there are a few terminologies I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, and I want you to mark them. Padding and margin. Padding, kuna watu wanasikia padding and margin. All right? Yes, the Monday class is fit for beginners. In every session that we do, someone is saying GitHub can host a website for free though. It's still okay. It's still very okay. No problem. Mbona watu Wakenya, kuna Wakenya tunapenda vitu za free, but haidhuru is still very okay anyway. Then I click on okay. So here's what you get when you're using Elementor. Now, when you're using Elementor to probably build your website, you can easily come and click on like this plus button. You work with containers. Now, containers are what you add your images, your text, everything. Which software are you using for your screen recording? I'm using a software called Movavi Screen Recorder. Movavi Screen Recorder. I think it's like 5,000 per year. You can actually get it. Flexbox. I will add a container Flexbox. All right. The structure. So when you're probably working with containers in Elementor, you have containers that probably have 2 columns, 4 columns, 3 columns. It depends on your preference. So I'm going to select this 2 column one like that. Okay. So when I select that, this is a container. Now inside a container, you can come and do what? If you click on this part over here, you can add what? You can add an image. All right. In a container, you can add a heading. In a container, you can add text like that. The good thing about the Elementor page builder is that it allows you to drag and drop. You can add a what? You can add a button. Yeah. Let's get a button. You can add a button. Yeah. If you come and look, you can add a button. Something like that. That is what we refer to as a button. Kifungo kwa Kikuyu. Probably unashangaa what is a button. A button is a kifungo. All right. So I'm going to show you how fast I easily create a website. So currently this is Relume. Now I don't want to export all these. I'm going to be fast. Okay. So as you can see, the image is on my right. This is the image. This is my right. Yeah. Then this one is my left. So this is the image. So what I'll do is that I'm going to move this to this part over here like that. This is a good thing about using the Elementor page builder. You can easily move things around and you can easily customize everything in your website. If I click on some drops around here, all right, these dots over here, I'm able to edit my container. And if I click on style, I can do a number of things. I can probably even add like a background color. Now there are some few colors I had set. Remember, how many guys remember when you are customizing? Someone is saying, wewe unaenda mbio kama Kipchoge. please, haina haja ya kuniongelesha hivyo. Hata mimi niko na feelings. Msiniongelesha hivyo hata mimi. Niko na feelings bana. Uniongelesha aje bana? Usiniongelesha hivyo. Niko na feelings pia mimi. You will hurt my feelings. You are hurting my feelings bana. Anyway, the reason I'm going fast is, let me explain it, ladies and gentlemen, is because this one is just a demo session. It's just a demo session. The meaning of a demo session is that you don't have to really worry, all right? You don't have to really worry, because this one is just an explanation of how I create a website. You see, we are already 1 hour into it, and kuna recording. The good thing is that I'm recording this particular session. So even afterwards, you can easily access the session. Kwa hivyo usininyoroshe sana bana. I have feelings bana. So, but anyway, no worries. So, I can probably change the background to maybe of that particular container to be that example of a color, all right? Like this is the color I'm going to be using. I can even select this part over here, the image. So here is where I'm able to set the image. So if I select this, I can choose the image. Then I go to where my images are. I can go to where my images are. And I can probably decide to select like this image, drag it, and drop it like that. And then I click on select the image. So this is the image that is going to be used. Okay? And then, like for example, if I look at my text over here, if I come back to the Relume layout I had, this is the title. Double click on it, right click, copy it, come over here, replace it. Just like that. And then I'll come again, copy this text again, copy it, and paste it like that. Okay? So this is just how you easily get to do it. Okay? And then, like for example, you might be wondering, now you want this to be in the center of your container. So remember, when you're working with the Elementor page builder, you're mostly going to be working with containers. So if I click on this part over here, part over here, I am able to edit the container. And then I can come over here and align my content to the center. I can align it to the end. I can add some space between. I can do some space around. I can do space evenly, but I like to do it aligned to the center. Si inakaribiana na hii? Ladies and gentlemen, si inakaribiana na hiyo? Then I can come back over here. I can select this, click on style, and change the color to white. Okay? Now, there is something else I'd like for you to understand. When you're creating a website, all right, when you are creating a website, you need to have a well-arranged website. A well-arranged website inamaanisha, it's a website that looks attractive. Okay? A website that looks well-aligned. How many guys used to be beaten because of graph books? Unapelekea mwalimu umechora graph inakaa funeral home, yeah? Umechora ki graph looks weird. How many people used to be beaten because of alignment? Unaambiwa justification. Probably when you do assignments. Ama basically, let me ask, watu wenye mulikuwa mnafanyia wazungu homework, watu wa online writing, umerudishiwa homework ukaambiwa huja align vizuri, yeah? Umefanya kazi madhogodhani na unataka kulipwa 250 yako. Umefanya 1 page in a whole night, unataka 250 ya mboga, yeah? This is basically what we mean when it comes to aligning your text properly. Now, if you look at this, if I click on edit my container over here, this is the main container. Inside it, it has 2 other containers. Container 1, container 2. All right. So if I click over here and I click on advanced, there is something we refer to as margin and padding. I want you to concentrate on padding. If I put in a value of something like 80, I want you to see what happens. Sinaona vitu zinaingia ndani. If I put in a value of something like, it's the space inside. It has created some space inside. Like if you look at this, if I put in a value of 60, it has created some space inside. It's really important that when you're doing web design, that you add such kind of spacing. Now, this kind of spacing allows you, all right, it allows you to create something that looks very nice. How many people have liked the minimalist design of offices nowadays? How many people probably? Watu wenye munaendanga kwa ofisi? Yeah, we can, if you want to save your work, you just click on publish. When you click on publish and you come and try and view your website, let me refresh. You see, already kazi website ishaanza kwenda live. And if you even search this domain, you're going to see that the website is already live. Okay? So we are working on a live website. So if I come over here, I can come select my text. Like this is my padding. Alafu ukiangalia hapa juu kidogo. This is where you customize at the top over here. You will customize the layout of your website in various formats. Okay? Sasa mutani allow niende mbio kidogo because I only have 10 minutes. I can come, click on tablet mode, select edit this main container, click on the advanced tab, and change the padding value to something like 40 again. I can then come and change the responsive mode to check how the website looks on phone. And then I'm going to change the padding value to something like 18, something like that. So all this is going to be consistent all through my website. So let me show you. I can come select this text, increase the font size, make it a little bit bigger, like that. And then I can probably change the weight to something like normal, or I can change it to bold. Okay? I can then come select this text again, this one, click on style, make it bold, click on typography over here, increase the font size to something like 16, or make it any place larger. Then I can come to my button over here. Okay? If I click on my button, I click on style, and then I come and click on color. I can change the background color of my button to something like this. Remove this radius. Like ukiangalia hii button, ikona kakitu hapa. Ikona ka something hapa hivi. If I come and reduce the radius and set it to 0, inakuwa like a complete square. But if I had like something like 20, itakaa hivo. Okay? So we can have it, just remove the border radius. Okay? So if someone asks you today what is a border radius, that is what I mean. Okay? Now, we check responsiveness. How does our website look in the mobile, in tablet devices? So this one is big. I'm going to select this. We reduce the font size, make it like something like this. Select this text again, make it font size 16. And then for this text, if I come back to my layout, I can click on learn more. So for this text, if I come to the content, I'll change this to learn more. All right. So to end a mobile device. Is this big? This is quite big. Select it. Reduce the font size. We have something like that. Okay. And we have our button over here. We can customize our button. Click on style. So if someone hovers our button, we want the background color to change to what? Let's say we change it to white. And the text color changes to what? It changes to black. Chatuone. You can see. So we can even add some animation kidogo. Okay? Hover animation. Pulse. Can you guys hear me? Am I audible enough? If you hover, this is something that you're going to get. Perfect. And then we click on publish. Okay? So if I come to my website again, if I come and refresh, sinaona kazi inaendelea. So if I come back again, let me move on to the next section. This is the next section. It's transforming your digital marketing experience. Now, instead of having to create new sections, this is what I'll do. I'll just come, right click, duplicate. Haraka tu. Come, drag this particular image niilete hapa. And then select my background, this edit container, click on style, ni change it to white. Okay? I have some text over here. So I'm going to select this, niifanye ikuwe color black. Select this, probably make it black in color. Okay? Can decide to make this something of a different color, like, and we can make it this particular red. So now I can easily come, select this title again, copy it, nikuje niangushe hapa. Okay? Nikuje niangushe ya pili hapa. Like that. Okay? Now we have this button over here. We can do away with it. Right click on it. Wacha kwanza ni right click, delete it. So we can remove it. We can make this a little bit smaller. So I'm going to select it, style it, reduce the font size ili ikuwe kidogo. It doesn't have to be big. Then we check how it looks like in tablet mode. Seems okay. Check on mobile devices. Can make this a little bit smaller. Kidogo tu, nothing much. If you want to adjust the line height, you adjust it like that. That is the spacing between the, yeah. So if I click on publish, you can see I have some information over here. We have something over here called, like we have a title, data driven. Now inside it, we can do something we refer to as a container. We can add a new container. This is where you add elements. So you can come, drag a container, niikuje niangushe hapo. Okay? Now in this container, it's going to contain these two parts. These two things. So inside this container, I'll come and probably add another container inside it. All right? In this container, what do we have? We have a heading. Select it. This is the container. This is the heading itself. Data driven. So data driven. So I'm going to type that in. Data driven. Sorry. And then we have the next text, which is this one. Copy it. And then I'm going to add some new text. So I'm going to come, nikuje niangushe hii hapa. Then I paste it like that. Okay? I can customize this. Make it a little bit smaller. And even I can even change the font to it. I can even decide to probably change it, make it semi-bold. Make it bold. Yeah, mpaka nione imenifurahisha. And then I duplicate it again. Okay? To have another container. Okay? So if I click over here, I can change the layout. Now inside that particular container, if I click on it, I can say that now I want the alignment of every other container to be in that kind of a manner. So we'll have something like that. Okay? Then I come over here, nikuje, ni change, and say this one is consistent growth. Okay? Then I come again, nikuje ni copy huyu, nimuangushe hapa. Right? In this container again, I can select it, nikuje ni justify vitu zikuwa aligned to the center. We have something like that. So that everything is looking good. I can even decide to probably add like a background. Select it, add like a very simple background. Or I can even make it red, like that. And then, or I can even decide to make it black. Okay? So if I come over here, I can change the color of this to white. Change this again to white. And instead of having to do the same to the other part, I can come right click, copy, right click, paste the style, right click, copy, right click, paste the style. Okay? I reduce the font size of this one. Can probably make it like this font size. Now instead of having to do all this again, right click, copy, right click, paste the style. So we have something like that. Now we have a button over here. I can come select it, copy it, nikuje niangushe hapa, and then I click on paste. So if I select that button, I can then come again and style it such that if you hover, the background color changes to red and the text color remains to be white. You can see. All right. I mean, look at that. So let's check responsiveness. This is a little bit bigger. We select it, make it smaller. We make it smaller. Can have something like that. Right click again, copy it, paste this particular style like that. Okay? I mean, it's something that you can easily do. Let's check on mobile devices. On mobile, it seems very, very okay. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, are we still together? Are we still together? Are we still together? Now we can move on to the next section. Mi nashangaanga hawa watu wa kucode. Si muna codingi sana nani. Like all these are services you can even get to provide. Like we can even come and select, like let me select this part and I can say replace the component. Nikisema replace the component, I can change it to something else. Probably I can change it to something like this. All right. Now I can change it to something like that. And then I can say regenerate copy. So it's now going to regenerate. Now this is a good thing about AI. This is a good thing about AI because you don't have to redo it again. It saves you time. Like if you look at that, unlock your brand's digital potential today. You get me? Yeah, goodbye to coding. It's still, you can always do this by yourself. So I can even come select this and now change the image. See, nilitumiwa images in a client. There are quite a number of images. You can then probably come and select like this image, niangusha hapo. It's very fast. Then I click on select. I mean, just like that. You do it like that. We move on to the next part. Remember to publish. So if I come and refresh over here, you see everything is coming out nicely, transforming your digital marketing experience. Now you can be a little bit clever. Unaweza kuwa mjanja kidogo. Yeah? You probably look at her clothes and you realize, oh, by then kama amevaa yellow. So how about you change the color to a different color? Right? Like you probably decide that you want to have like the color of the text in a different color. If you select your color picker, kuna kitu inaitangwa color sampler. If you select it, you can easily come and pick a color in her clothes. Like that. You can select this one, or you can still go on and select like a different color. Like you can even select the color in the shoes. Is it this one? If we select this one, we can come and select something like that. You see? Ladies and gentlemen, are we still together? Are we still together? I mean, these are things that I'm not saying it's wrong for you to learn how to code. It's not really, wrong for you to just learn how to code. But at the end of the day, you can also look for ways to actually get to save on time, save on, it depends on your preference anyway. So let me change a number of these backgrounds over here. Let me change it to that particular color. Yeah, so that's it. So let me just click on publish and then I come back over here. Unlock your brand's digital potential today. Now, instead of having to create a new container, I can come right click on this one and then click on copy it. Then I come over here, right click and paste and add a new one. Very fast. Hii kazi ni haraka haraka. Then we delete this one. Okay? I can come select this one. Now, those were two containers in one, and each of them was you occupying 50% each. All right? So if I select this and change the layout to be 100%, in a jar too, very fast. So if I come back again, I can see this is unlock your brand's potential. So I can paste this text over here. Nikuja ni paste hapo. And then I can come again, copy this, and then I just come, paste like that. So I'm going to delete this quite fast. Now I can select this text, click on style, align it to the center, select this again, click on style, align it to the center. So we're going to have something like that. And if I come and select this, and then I click on advanced, okay, I can easily adjust the width. I can select the width, I can say custom. Niifanye ikuwe ndogo. Like that. You can adjust the width to anywhere you want. Okay? For now, we leave it like that at the moment. You can even adjust the size. If you select this container, click on layout and adjust the width to probably make it smaller. You're going to have something like that. All right? Something like that. Something that looks very simple, but normally, it's normally 1140, which is very, very okay. Now, we can even select this, click on style, and we change the background color to black. Okay? And if I come back again, there are these images now. Like if you look at these particular images, there is an image, there is a heading, and there is some text. Now, in Elementor, what you have is called, you can come and select this, duplicate it. Let me duplicate this. But before then, I'll select this and change the layout. Click on layout such that things are going to be moving vertically, not horizontally. We'll have something like that. Okay? I'm going to right click, delete this, right click, delete this. Okay? And if you want to know if your website is looking good, you can always come and click on settings over here and you click on Yoast SEO. Unaona kitu imeandikwa readability analysis. Readability analysis allows you to know how your website, like, is it boring? Like, for example, I want you to look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this website is well arranged. Like it's not boga, haijaja takataka, haijaja, we transform the world with, like it doesn't have a million text like website ya NTSA. It's very simple. You get? Like if you look at this, I mean, if I told you to open the NTSA website, kidogo utakasirika. You get me? I'm at the eCitizen website because it's filled with a lot of jargon that you probably don't need. So look at this. Very simply made. So if I come over here, I have duplicated and added a new container. Now inside it, I can add something. Like for example, I can select this, adjust the width, probably make it a little bit smaller. All right. I can align it to the center if I prefer. Inaweza katikati kweli? Hapana. Nimeadjust vibaya. So 100. Now inside this container, this particular container, we will upload something we refer to as an image box. Like that. So the first service ni gani? The first service is expert social media management. Okay? So I can easily come, probably add an image of her. Like I can probably select like this particular image. Staki uvungwe jela na some of these celebrities. So I will select like this image. This one is one image. So I'm going to select it. Okay? I can come and style the image. All right? Click on the image, make it big like that. Okay? And then I can check if I come in on my container. See, I have this title. Now, probably it's not visible, but I'll make it visible in just a few minutes. I'll paste the heading over there like that. Expert social media management that drives engagement. And then we have this particular title over here. So I'm going to paste it over here, the description now. If I click on style, and then I click on content, all right, title color, change it to white. Description, change it to white. Okay? If I click on box, adjust the image spacing, you can adjust it like that. Content spacing, you can adjust it like that. And then if you click on your container over here, you can make sure that everything is aligned horizontally. You just click on horizontal like that. So now if you come and right click on duplicate this, you see, it's aligned horizontally. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen, up to that particular point? Right? Now it's easy for us to come and adjust our heading. To adjust kidogo, the title itself. Yeah, we can make it like that. We can have something like that. And then probably let's check on these devices. So it looks like that in tablet. So let me just come again. I'm adjusting this particular one. I can select my text, click on content. Sorry, I'm looking for style, align it to the left. So we're going to have something like that. Now, after changing in one particular image box, I can come right click, copy, and paste the style in all of the various image boxes like that. Okay? So if I select this, I can align to the right. Right click again, copy the style, paste the style, paste the style like that. So we have service number 1, impactful content creation. We can select that. All right. And then we can finally select strategic advertising for hizo vitu sijui mingi sana. Then I paste that over there. I can change my image. In fact, to make my image better, all right, if I click on my content and I change my image resolution, you can customize the size of the image. Probably we can say that we want the image to be 700, or we can have it as 800 by 600 pixels. Then we click on apply, like that. So now if I copy this style again, all the images will have that copy, paste style. Imekata. So what I will do is I'll delete this. Sorry, I'm going to delete this. Now I'll right click, duplicate, right click, duplicate. Okay. So if I select this image, I can change it. I can change it to another different image. Probably I can go and select like this image. Yeah. So all those images are actually going to have one default size. Then I can select another image. I can come and select like, let me select this one. Select that. So those are images that represent what she actually does. And I can click inside over here, and to add some spacing, I can even add some spacing of like something like 20. The padding, to adjust the padding. Now probably the client is like, I don't want you to use black in that particular section. We can select that, click on style, and we can change the background to be a gradient background. Okay, so in the gradient background itself, the first color is going to be black, and then the second color is going to be red. Here, client, you can change the angle. Unaweza cheza nayo like that. So some of the things that you probably could have done by coding are things that you can easily do. So then you click on publish. So now if you easily come and refresh, if you refresh, so you know now something is coming out nicely. You can even decide that probably over here, if you want to probably decide, you can probably decide that you want to add another background image. You can add a background overlay. You can add like an image. So we can come and select like this image, and we add like a background overlay. So now we're going to have that as the background overlay. And now we can even reduce its opacity so that it's not very visible. We can choose a different image if we prefer. Like we can come and select like this image, we upload it like that, and then we click on select. I mean, it's something that you can easily do, ladies and gentlemen. And then you click on publish. So if you come back and you click on refresh, you can see it's easy for you to get to do this with WordPress. Now the image is happening to be repeating itself. So we set some few things, no repeat, and then we say display size, it needs to cover. Okay? And you click on publish. So if I come and refresh over here, you can see it's quite easy for you to do. If you don't want to use that image, you just click on delete and do away with it. Then you click on publish again. I mean, you can see that it's easy, all right? It's easy for you to actually get to create websites with WordPress, yeah? Now, this is one of the things most people really get to struggle with when it comes to web design. Now, as we probably end the session, I can come and copy this, all right? And then I can come, paste this particular section, okay? And probably what needs to be added. Just, it doesn't have to be so big of a thing. So what I will do is I'll delete this, all right? Let me delete this particular image. I can come and add something we refer to as a gallery. So this is a gallery. I'm going to drop it over there. So a gallery probably has your images, like all your images. Like probably, let me upload all these particular images, all of them. You can create a gallery full of images very easily using WordPress. So all these images can be things that probably represent you, all right? All these, like if you look at some of these images that we're using, you use them to probably just make you look more attractive. Like we can create a very simple gallery. Let me just put it like that. So a gallery is like a collection of the images. We can change this color to something like white. Let's change it to white. It doesn't have to be that big. And then now, so if I click on cancel over here, I can come select this image resolution. I can make it large. So we're going to have something like that. Or we can also decide to make it medium large. But now you mostly might be forced to resize the images. Okay? So for now, I'll leave them as thumbnail like that. And then we can probably have like 3 columns. Okay? Or we can have 2 columns depending on your preference. You can also come and change the thumbnail size to be something like this. Okay? And then you can come and click on style to add a gap, between the images. And then you click on publish. So if you come over here and you refresh, you can see you can add a very, very simple, like you can create a very, very simple gallery of what you do as a person. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, are we still together up to that particular point? Tuko pamoja? I know there's so many questions. So many questions. And I'm okay with those guys who are promoting themselves, but I don't like probably guys who scam others. There's so many guys who've come into my sessions and scammed people. So sometimes I tell you to avoid directly sending. Like if you see someone over here sending you something like, oh, you can hire me, you need to be careful. Any transaction that is done outside the particular session is not my fault. So ukinyoroshwa, don't ask me a question, but be careful anyway. If you have to deal with the guys, sawa. If you don't want to, it's still very, very okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's been 1 hour 30 minutes. How many people have learned something? You can unaweza fanya mic check. You can do a mic check. If you've learned. Good. Good. I'm hoping you've learned something. Now, I don't want to take much of your time. Kesho ni siku ya kanisa and probably some of you guys want to prepare. But I want you to take the lessons that you've learned today from this whole particular class to understand that you can learn a skill on the side. I mean, learning these things is not so hard. We've only been here for only 1 hour 35 minutes. Na tayari tusha chonga venye tunaweza tengeneza website using AI tools like Relume. Like you can see, Relume, how to manage your projects and basically create like a website workflow when you're doing your work. Yeah. How to use tools like Notion. All these are things that you can actually get to learn and stay ahead. ChatGPT. Very easy things to learn that can actually help you fulfill. Like if you've always wanted to learn web design. So anyway, on Monday, we're going to be having classes, beginner classes on web design. These classes are meant to help you understand web design better. We're going to be having these classes from Monday to Wednesday. And these will be very impactful, especially for someone who wants to start creating websites. Probably your own website, or probably you want to just learn it as a skill. It's an amazing session that you can be part of. We're going to be learning web design, creating real-life projects that actually embody the whole aspect of web design. Now, if you'd like to be part of the classes, the charges are 3,500 per month. That is 3,500 Kenya shillings a month. For 2 months, it's 6,500. You get a 500 Kenya shillings discount. Now, for the physical classes, unfortunately, we are having them in Westlands, and it's only for 10 people, but all the slots happen to have been booked already. So the only option that we have right now is the virtual classes. So the virtual classes are going to be taking place from around 7:30 p.m. in the evening. Maximum is 1 hour, all the way to 9. It's basically 1 hour, 8:30 will be done, 9 p.m. at most, if a concept needs more explanation. So if you'd like to join the classes, it's easy. There's a link that I believe should be shared over here by Imani. Imani happens to be one of our assistants. She's going to be sharing that particular link. For those guys on TikTok, because TikTok happens to be we have 170 guys on TikTok. For the guys on TikTok, there's a link in my TikTok bio. If you click on this particular link, it's going to lead you directly to my website. And down here, I have created a link that allows you to register to be part of the web design classes. And it's going to take you to this link. If you click on it and you click on enroll now, it's easy for you to make your payment. It's 3,500 a month. If you hover on this, you get a 6,500 Kenya shillings discount. So all you need to do is input your name, M-Pesa number, and WhatsApp number. Na kuna watu wamezoea kuweka M-Pesa number yangu. Unataka nikulipia darasa? Like there's someone alieka akaeka hadi nikazima simu. So name, M-Pesa number, WhatsApp number. Now the reason we ask for the WhatsApp number is so that you can actually easily just get to join the WhatsApp group that you're going to be using. So you can try that out. Remember, this information is also available for free on YouTube. I don't have to gatekeep from that. I can tell you that it's freely available on YouTube. However, it is not very structured. But if you're someone who can really master concepts by learning on YouTube by yourself, you can take full advantage of that. But over and above, unfortunately, we might not be able to be taking questions. So if you have any inquiries, you can always throw them directly to my WhatsApp number. There's a number over there. And you are most welcome to be part of the classes. Now, I hope you've learned something new tonight. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm looking forward to having you in our classes starting on Monday. I hope this wasn't like an eye-opener. I hope it has given you a perspective on what web design is. Now, without any further ado, I think I just want to bring the session to a close up to that point. Mungu wabariki. I'm hoping to see you as we start our classes on Monday. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night.